Hello and welcome to In the Game, Qatar's first sports podcast. Today, you've heard me every single week saying that we've always got special guests coming on the show. This special guest is gonna be an inspiration, so you make sure you sit down and you take a listen. Sheikh Naik, I am so privileged to have you on the show today so that you can share your story with our listeners. You are just incredible, incredible. And I can't wait to get started. So do you want to introduce yourself and tell us your story?
Yeah, my name is Shekhar Naik, former captain Indian blind cricket team. So I played India for 14 years, and basically I started my cricket career in 1997. So in the beginning days, I used to play for my school, and then another 3 years I represented my state, and then from 2002 to 2015 I played for Indian national blind cricket team.
It's amazing story, but can you take us back a little bit to how your love for cricket and what happened to you when you were younger?
Actually, I was born in 1986 in a small village in Shimoga district, a district of Karnataka. So there are more than 16 members are blind or visually impaired in my family. So this is because of the hereditary. Even my mother and her sister and their daughters, their children, they all suffered from the blindness because of the hereditary. So my mother, she used to love very much, and only one son for my parents, no brothers, no sisters. So in that situation, my mother used to, motivate me more. Like in my village, there are a lot of my neighbor friends. They used to, play in the river. They used to, climb on the tree, and there are a lot of funny things they used to do. Even I can't do because I am a blind. So that's what my mother gets hurt. So she used to tell me that you don't be hurt anytime. You need to become something. You should always think that your disability is not your weakness. You have to use it as your strength. So like that, she used to motivate me, and those days when actually I was a born blind. I was totally blind about 8 years, from 86 to 1994. In that time I used to go to normal school. My mother used to take me to the school, and in the evening time she will come to school and she will bring me back to home. So there, I don't know what is happening in the class. There is a teacher. She was writing on the board, and she was doing a lesson. Even I don't understand what she is doing because I can't see the board, what she is writing and what she is giving the homework. Nothing. So simply, I used to go to the school. I sit in my class, and evening I come back to my home. So only these things are happening. And my father was a normal person. He was a farmer. Actually, we don't have any our own land. So he used to do labor work in others land. So one day, actually, next to my house there is a river called Tunga. So in that river, I fall down in that river. It is about more than 20-25 feet. So I got hurt on my right eye. So there is a mark still you can see. And there are my village people. They had come and told my mother, my parents, that Shekhar has fallen down in a river and he is bleeding very much. And immediately my father came and took me. We just came to the house, and actually that day, I mean, in those time, I'm basically, my family was very very humble, poor background family. So even they doesn't have money to go to the hospital. So that's what they kept me in the house only for 3-4 days. and I can say this is God grace. So very after 4 days, there are some doctors came to my village. As usual in India, in villages they used to do eye camps and all, right? So in that camp, someone has told doctor that there is a guy who has fallen down in a river, and and still they are at home only. They have not been to hospital. So then immediately doctor came to my house and he asked my parents what happened. So then they explained them, and he checked my and he asked, oh Shekhar can see or what? Then they said, no sir, my parents told to doctor that no sir, he was born blind. So now his age is 8. So when he, from by birth only he is suffering from the blindness. Then the doctor checked my retina and all, and there was a cataract on my both the eyes, and they said that if you get operation, might be Shekhar will get his vision back. Then my father and my parents told the doctor that we don't have money to come to a hospital, even we can't travel, because they know actually they know only my only one language, that is my mother tongue, called Lambani, and I'm belongs to that community. Even they doesn't know even Hindi, English, nothing. So they my parents are they have not gone to school. So that's what they said, that doctor how we can come, and where we need to come. So everything they asked, they doctor told that you have to come to Bangalore. So then my even my parents, they doesn't have even fare for bus, and they don't know how is Bangalore, how much big. There are a lot of people. They got scared. So then what happened is, actually my father, he loves me very very much, but that day I don't know why he said like that, that I don't allow Shekhar to go to Bangalore, because I love him. I don't want to leave him. So Shekhar have to be with me only. So then in the night, when my father, gone for the he gone for sleep. So my mother told me that we night we'll go to Bangalore for your eye operation, and the doctor has given the address, which hospital, and what is the landline number, everything doctor has given to my mother. So that actually my mother, she was also a full blind. I mean, she can see little bit, like a 10%. She was a partially blind, and that time she doesn't have money to go to hospital and travel. It was no, she doesn't have any knowledge in that. So there are some village people, they collected some 170 rupees. The 170 rupees they have given to my mother, and they told that you go to Bangalore and get operation of Shekhar's eyes. So my mother and me both only we came to Bangalore, and we got operated. And 1994, even my mother also got operated, and she had I mean little more vision. And for me, I got vision back. They removed my cataract, and left eye I can't see anything, zero, still zero. And in 1994, I mean in 1990, 1992, the lens have I mean invented in those time. And it was very not that much technology had, but in that case they put me two lens on my both eyes. So after that I was able to see little bit. So when we got operation and we came back to my village, and there are all people are scared. Even after coming to my village, I am seeing everything, but I can't identify what is this. And there are some birds are playing, and there are hens, chicken hens, they are running, and there are lots of dogs on my village. So before that, when I was a totally blind, I used to think that what that birds will make noise, and these dogs and all, they used to say bow bow like that. So I think that people are doing like this, like humans are doing like this. I don't know dog is there, I don't know hen is there. So I
Wow.
at that time I used to think that why I'm not able to do like that, like sheep will do ba and dog will do bow bow. I'm just thinking why I'm not able to do like that. So these are all things happened, and when I got my vision back, so my after 3 months my father passed away, and still my mother was putting drops on my ears, on my eyes. So I lost my father, and we had very much difficulty for getting food and all. So there are my relations will be there, but they used to give 1 or 2 time food. And my mother also, she can't go to the field, she can't work in the field, so because she is also a blind. And that's what there is a teacher. When I was totally blind, I used to go, I told you, no, I used to go to normal school. So there was a teacher, she said to my mother that there is a special school for visually impaired, why don't you admit him there? So then my mother, okay, I will inquire about that and will get admission. So then actually my mother, my admitted me in the school, in the sense because of only the food and cloth. She thought that if I go to the hostel, it was a free residential hostel and school. So if I get admit there, I'll get free food and free clothes and all, right? So that is the main reason she joined me in the blind school. So this was my life
It's
starting.
it's an incredible story that you didn't have any sight until 9, and then all of a sudden the world opened to you, and you didn't even know what the dogs and the pets and the chickens were. And then you had the love of your father that didn't want you to go with the expectation. And I can feel for him. It's in the sense that he didn't want you to go to Bangalore or to go for this operation just in case it never worked. The hurt, the kind of things that you're going to have to go through. And then you've got your mother's love that actually said, hey, listen, and your village, they didn't have a lot, but they gave you this chance, and your mother took you, and all of a sudden things started changing for you. It's a wonderful story to get to where you are. When did you realize that you had some specialness with the cricket?
Okay, when I joined the special school, visually impaired blind school, so there after I think when I was 9 year boy, then I joined for a blind school. So when I joined, they admitted in a first standard only. So when I was 9 year boy, I'm a first standard boy. So that time after admitting the school, so there are some boys are playing cricket. So I thought that even I don't know about cricket, zero knowledge, nothing. So just they, first time I saw there are my school friends are playing cricket. So then that day what happened, there is a shortage of a player in the middle school team. So they asked me, Shekhar, you want to play cricket? Then no, yaar, I don't want to play. I don't know anything about this game. I don't want to play. Then they said that you just come and be with the team. So let's see. We don't give you both batting, bowling, fielding, nothing. You just come and stand while we do fielding and all. So you just come and stand with us. So then, okay, then I thought, oh, okay, no problem. Only this much work I can do it. So then it was a 10-10 over match, and in 5 overs they lost 8 wickets. My team, in 5 overs we lost I mean my team lost 8 wickets. Then they said that Shekhar, you have to go for the batting. So it was really, amazing that I don't know anything about cricket, and just I saw that there are some boys are throwing the ball, and one guy is hitting the ball, and another guy one is fielding the ball and returning back to the keeper. So like that I just saw. Then that is the first time I hold bat in my hand. So up to 10 overs, there is 8 wicket only, and I scored some 16, 17 balls. I scored 42 runs.
It's just amazing.
42 runs I scored. Then everyone are amazing. They are all looking towards me. And Shikhar, what you done? And then
Oh God.
and that after that actually we have won that match, and every all my friends are telling to our physical trainer, I mean PE teacher. So they are all telling him that sir, Shekhar played very well today, and he was a very good, he has very good batting skill. Then he asked me that Shekhar, how you played. Then no sir, just he was throwing the ball, right? So then I saw that there is a guy who is hitting the ball. So then I did the same thing, and in that 42 runs, I had some uh, four five boundaries.
Oh,
So one time what happened? You know, I hit the ball, it gone to boundary, but still I'm running from that end to this end, and the umpire was telling it has gone for a four. You stop. Then so
this is just this is just amazing, and I'll tell you why it's amazing, because the listeners are not going to realize we haven't even said to what standard that you've got to, but just from this one experience, there's somebody just please come and make the team up, and then all of a sudden you save your team, you're hitting boundaries, and then all of a sudden the umpire saying no, you don't need to run anymore, you can stop running, don't worry. Don't worry. It's just incredible. You are an absolute, oh my word, I just can't express. And I'm so excited. I want to kind of push this along with you, because your story. So you've had this experience. And again, I want to ask, because I don't want to forget about this. So that experience that you had in that moment, was that as good as all your moments you've had in the big cricket? The
yes, yes. Actually, after that match we played in I think February, yeah, February end before the examinations. So here in India, there is a the school exams will start on March. So then the next April May we have some summer occasions. So in that summer occasions, I went to my house, my village. So my mother came and took me to the house, and I told her that Mama, I'm playing cricket. So she, "Oh, what is cricket?" She asked me what like that. So then I said, Amma, I'm playing cricket. So she asked me, what is that? Mama, there will be some guys. They'll throw the ball, and just we need to hit. So that's it.
it's
She thought
brilliant.
that, and she thought that, oh, okay, this type of game is there. Okay, okay, good, keep it up. Okay, and my mother was very much happy that I told her that I'm playing cricket. So I don't know how she told me that day. Beta, you have to, Shekhar, you have to become something in cricket, and you have to achieve something in cricket only. So because those days, as I told you, my neighbor friends, no, so they don't allow me to play with them. So that was the thing. My mother, get hurt very much. So that's what she said. One day, one day like this has to come, that you have to. I mean, these guys have to ask you, Shekhar, can we play with you? Like that, they has to ask me. So
Oh,
that was my mother's dream actually, and she said again that you have to become something. And now these guys are I mean, feeling that you are a blind, you can't do anything. So you should come out from that, and you have to achieve something. So then after in 1998 January 2nd, my mother also she got cancer, and she also passed away.
I am so sorry to hear this. I'm so sorry. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. What a human being.
And then and then when after that my I mean my relations, no one has come to the hostel, and I was alone in the hostel. Actually, whenever summer occasions will come, my schoolmates, I mean all friends, their parents will come and they'll take their children and they'll go to the home for 2 months, right? So I used to stay in my school only, and there are some cows are there, and we do some farmering work and all, this ground nets and all. So I need to, get milk from the cow, and clean the cow shed. Everything I used to do in school. So those 2 months I do like that. So then afterwards everyone will come, then again classes will start. So like that it was happening. And I played first state level tournament in 1997. So actually there were I played for my school team, that is school team in the sense my district team, that is Shimoga. So the first state level match will we came to Bangalore, and the first state level match has been started. So the first match versus Shimoga versus and Bangalore. So Bangalore is a very big team, and there are a lot of there are very big players are there. Even that time I was studying in just third standard, but my age was 12. Okay, so so what happened? I went to the opening batting, and the opponent fielders, they are all like 25, 26, 30 years players. So they said that, come on, they packed me. All the players, they come forward, and they're all standing in front of me only to stop the single. And like that, 3 4 balls I got beaten. Then what I did is I pushed the ball, and everyone came in front of me, and there was a guy, his name is Nagesh sir. So he was spreading his legs. I just gone through his between his legs, and I got
Oh
so
dear.
then all spectators, a whole crowd is started laughing, and umpires, everyone are getting they're laughing. And that match, first match only, I scored some 22 runs. Then in my school, I thought that I am a very good player, and like overconfidence will be there, no? So when I was playing in school team, I thought that I am the top player of my school, like that. So when we came out from our school compound, so then only I got realized that I am nothing. I am zero. So there are a lot of players. They play very well. Um, they play more than me. So then only I came to know. So then I started doing practice hard. And sometimes in school, if teacher she won't come, or she will come late, no, I used to get ball bat and I'll run to the cricket field. So and there was a wall, I used to hit from this side, and ball will go there, and again I will hit to the ball. That ball will go and bounce the wall, and again it will come to me, again hitting. So like that I played alone.
Dear.
So yes, after that there was a state level in 1999. So I scored. That was my first century, I can say. So I scored 134 runs in one of the match. So because of that score, even our Karnataka, I mean our association, state level association, has recognized me, and they got selected me for Karnataka team. And in Karnataka team also, I played very well. I played South Zone, and in 2000 only I started for Karnataka. I played South Zone, Inter Zone. Then 2000, then this centuries and all helped me to get selected for Indian blind cricket team. So in 2002 we had a second One Day World Cup. So first was in
Before you
1998.
go any further, okay, I really like you now. I really like you, okay? Please don't bring anything about England cricket, okay, when you beat us, because I'm your friend right now, but if you talk too much about beating the English in the cricket, I'm going to be not very happy, okay? So carry on. Tell us all those competitions that you started winning.
Okay, in 2002 we had second One Day World Cup. So before that we had the first ever One Day World Cup in Delhi, in India only. So second World Cup it was in Chennai, India only. So there are the time 9 countries have taken part: all England, Australia, South Africa, Pakistan, New Zealand, West Indies, India, and all these countries. So it was really very much excited for me. And the only one thing is, in 2002, I doesn't know Hindi, or I mean Indian national language. I doesn't know English, nothing, zero. I know only one language, that is my mother tongue.
Yeah.
So these players are talking in English, talking in our national language. So I don't understand what they are talking, what they are telling. So sometimes they used to tell me in English, no. Then I think that I used to scold him in my mind. I don't know what he's telling, what I can do. So like that, for the after language, I had zero knowledge. So then in 2002, even we Indian team have not qualified for even semi-finals also, because in the team there was no proper coordination, and there was no proper communication, and there is no more skills, nothing. So just I'm basically from South India, and there are players from North India, East India, West India. So in the team only, some players they used to get to dominate and all. Whoever will play, good, they used to dominate their self. So this all things will be there. So that's what, because of no communication, no coordination, even we have not entered even semi-finals also. And we came out from the World Cup. And after that, we had a foreign tour. So it was a first tour, a foreign tour, I can say. We went to Pakistan in 2004. So it was an incredible, experience for me. And that time, just we reached to the Lahore airport. So from there are lots and lots of police. I mean, for Indian team security. So there are a lot of people came, and while going our bus from hotel to if from hotel to ground, while traveling, there will be a first some two three vehicles, front, then Pakistani bus, then between two, again two military buses, again then Indian bus, and after right and left both, I mean gunman with the right and left side of the bus, and zero traffic. I was feeling that the kings, how king will feel, right, while going. Everyone will going king, everyone will see, everyone will clap like that. So that experience I had. And actually, yeah, there was a 5 one-day matches, because at that time there is no T20 and all, in 2004. So we had 5 one-day matches, and we won two, and the Pakistan team has won 3 matches. So we lost the series, but had a very good memory still. It is unforgettable memory for me. In the final match, I mean in the last fifth match, I scored 198 runs against Pakistan.
Wow.
So that was a very big thing for me. And after that, when we came to Bangalore, I mean there are a lot of media people. There are a lot of people are asking that, hey, your photo has come on the paper, and so like that, and very good, congratulations. So like that they used to tell me. So it was a very good experience.
I saw your video yesterday, and that was incredible. It really was emotional, because and it really is. We put it onto our platforms so that people can view it, and the response has been incredible. But there was an article that you sent me, and the article was a magnificent shot in the dark. It's like, that was just, it must inspire so many different people to listen to this story that you're sharing. And the next phase that we're going to go into now is we're going to talk about all those things that got you the award on a national level, on a country level, and how it got you in front of your prime minister, who's huge in the world, and your president. Tell us all the competitions that you've been part of now, and why they honored you in such a way.
Okay, before this, I wanted to say a few things like when I become captain. So what we thought. So then 2000 actually after that 2004 tournament, I thought that we need to think more about this, and we need to make game plans, strategies, and all. So that time, I don't know how, I thought that I want to become a captain of Indian blind cricket team. So then, so far, if you want to become a leader or if you want to become a captain, what is the most what is the most important thing is you should know language, because in India we used to speak more than 35 languages, and in our currency note also there will be 16 languages. Okay, so that's what the more important thing is I wanted to learn Hindi, English. So finally I learned Hindi. In 2010 I become a captain of Indian blind cricket team. So I
Oh,
remember
wonderful.
my mother.
Congratulations.
I remembered my mother that she said that you have to become something, achieve something. So I thought that that was the beginning, and I didn't think that what my mother said I got achieved. So I thought that it was my first step.
She would have been watching down on you. I'm telling you, she would have been the proudest mother. She would have been. Oh dear, I could get emotional thinking about it now. You've done a mate. That's just wonderful. And then you went off to learn the languages just so that you could be the captain. You could be the leader.
Yes, so after that, I had lot of ideas, lot of thoughts on my mind. I spoke to every player. I used to give more ideas for the team, and finally we got chance to play. That is first ever T20 World Cup, and in the World Cup there will be 10 countries have taken part, and final match will be the India versus Pakistan. And you know how how India versus Pakistan match will be, how big it is. So finally we got won the first ever T20 World Cup, and again 2014 we had one day World Cup in South Africa in Cape Town. So it was a great moment for us, and of course there also we play all the matches, but we lost one match in the league against Pakistan. But again in the final, again India versus Pakistan. So I got won the toss, and I told them to bat first, Pakistani captain. So they scored. In our cricket, one day match will be like 40 overs, not 50 overs. As usual, T20 that is one format, and one day it will be the 40 overs format. And they scored 389 runs in 40 overs, and we got shocked. 349, how can we do this? Then then again after one innings we had very light lunch, and we think that no, you should not see the score. What is your duty? Just go and play. Winning and losing will be there. So just go and play. So there are a lot of players, they got scared. Array, what is this? We need to score 318 and it was a very big match. We lose. So then I told them that before playing or before going to the screens, how can you think like that? You just go and do your duty, go and do your work. So then finally, finally, 3 overs we India required 30 runs, 2 overs 20 runs, and in last over we required 12 runs, last over. So we did it, and we saved 2 balls.
Whoa.
So it was a very big match. And after this match, immediately within 5 minutes, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, he tweeted, he congratulated Indian blind cricket team. So that was an awesome moment for us. And again, from South Africa to Delhi, we came to Delhi airport. There are lots and lots of media people. They all, everyone are getting interviewed, and the same day we got appointment with our Prime Minister. So then they have given just half an hour time to meet all the players and to encourage and to say a few words in front of players. So then when we entered his home, he was very much happy. He said that you don't see, but you did whole world to see India.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and actually actually Narendra Modi ji, he is from Gujarat state, right? So there is a player called Ketan Bhai Patel. He asked Modi ji, I need your autograph. Then Modi ji said that no, today I will take all of you autograph in your blind cricket ball, and that ball I'll keep it in my museum.
Yeah.
So, so now our visually impaired cricket ball will be there in uh, uh, in Narendra Modi ji's Prime Minister's museum. So it was a great thing. And then 2017, Indian government has recognized me for Indian fourth highest civilian award, that is Padma Shri. So actually, I didn't apply that, but government recognized me for Padma Shri, and it was a very very big honor. So there are a lot of people. I mean, there are a lot of disabled. They think that we born as a disabled, we can't do anything, we can't achieve. People they they don't think about me like that. So that is wrong, absolutely. So there are a lot of opportunities. We need to come out from the house. So definitely there will be a lot of opportunity. And always I used to tell everyone that my disability is my disability is not my weakness. I have converted into my strength.
Congratulations. Congratulations. It's an incredible story. I'm gonna ask you a few questions now. And tell us again, did you go off, you won a world championship, a world cup as well with the cricket as well? Which was the other World Cup that you won?
We have won two World Cups in my captainship. So in my captainship only, those two World Cups, starting two World Cups we have won. So it was in 2012, that is first ever T20 World Cup, and the fourth One Day World Cup in South Africa. So it was a great moment. And in 1998, actually South Africa has won the first ever World Cup. So we went to South Africa again. We have won the World Cup in South Africa.
That is just incredible. And what I'm gonna do. I just kind of, I'm still thinking about because this week I've been thinking about how I'm playing cricket, and I'm closing my eyes. How do I deal with the situation? What do I have to go through? And one of the things it kept on, I kept on thinking was, and a question: do you see negatives? Do you see negatives in a totally different way as opportunities, or do you look at negatives in a different way? Or do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, where is positive, there is negative also. So there are lots of negative things also will happen, and there will be a lot of positive things also. So, but we need to concentrate on more concentrate on positive only. So then only we can become something. We can achieve something, I can say. So before this, that you asked me how you play.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so there will be as usual 11 players, and there will be they have divided some three categories like B1, B2, and B3. So B1 in the sense they can't see anything, totally blind, 100% blind. So there will be four players from that category, and B2 category those who can see up to 3 meters. So from B2 category there will be three players. I belongs to B2 category. Okay,
okay.
so
Yep.
then B3 category, those who can see up to 4 to 5 meters, called as partially sighted, and there will be four players. So four B1, three B2, and four B3 players. So this was
Ah,
the squad. Yeah, and while batting, while batting also we need to rotate the cycle. I mean, B3 player can't go for the opening, B2 can't go, B1 can't go. So either for example B2 and B3 they both went for opening batting. If anyone got out, next B1 should go and complete the circle. You got it? So
Yeah,
B1
yeah,
B1 has to go and complete the circle. So in next circle, so anyone can go. For example, B3 has gone, next B2 or B1 has to go. If B1 has gone, next B2 has to go and complete the circle. So this was the routine. And as usual, the ground will be in normal cricket, it will be more than 70, 65, 70 yards, right? So in our cricket, it will be like 50 to 55 yards because our ball it made by fiber plastic ball, and whatever we do strokes hitting and all, so ball won't go. It will go in the air, but it is very rare. It will travel on the land and the
yeah,
surface of the land, and so there are a lot of chance. I mean, grass will stop the ball, right? So grass will stop the ball. That's what there are a lot of the boundary line will be like 50 to 55 yards. And as usual, bowling if you bowling quota. I mean, the what 100% blind will be there. They used to bowl 60% of their quota. I mean, if you are playing T20 match, so there are 20 overs match. B1 category has to bowl minimum 8 overs, and up and other 12 overs partially. I mean, B2 or B3 anyone can bowl. So like that, and we do catches and all. I can catch in 30-yard circle, so ball will make noise. And for B1 there will be a help runner while batting, because he can't run, right? He can't
yeah,
understand where is the.
yeah.
So these are all the modifications.
Wow. And again, you must have been an inspiration to so many people out there in India about what you've done and what you've achieved. And I know it's a team game. And just listening to how you break the team down, that must be a close knit team. You're all helping one another. You've got different grades, and you've all got to come together, because if you don't come together, you're not going to win anything.
That's true.
And you took that team and you took it to such great success. I've got and this could be anything now. What were the highlights that when you look back on your life and you take a look over your shoulder? What are those highlights that you will never ever forget?
Yes, if I see my if you see my back, I mean, in this my I always remember my mother, and and I remember my school days and starting where I have started cricket, then how I came up, and still I don't think that what my mother said I have completed. So still I need to think this is my first step, not the last step. So I should not think that I did everything. I done almost I done everything. So when my last breath is there, I mean, when my last breath is there, by that time also there are a lot of learnings for human. So it was a great experience.
You are just amazing, honestly. And what you said about this is just it's not the end for you. You're carrying on. What kind of things have you got planned in the future?
Yes, yeah, that's what actually I thought that like me, there are a lot of visually impaired cricketers, and I need to support them. So that's what I have opened my own cricket academy, that is Shekhar Naik Foundation, and through that I every 2 months I pick some 20-25 players, and I used to train them in actually in Bangalore near the airport. I mean, Rahul Dravid, our former captain Indian cricket team. So he has opened an academy. So whenever I want to do this coaching and all, he used to give me ground and food for players, uniforms and all. So like that, every year there will be some 4 to 5 camps I am doing, and I'm getting little bit support from the public sector. So that was the thing I want my dream that. So everyone, I mean, lot of visually impaired, they think that we can't do anything. So I need to give more hopes on them. We need to, motivate them. So that's what I used to organize this type of coaching camps. There is not only cricketing skills, there is a life skills also. So like that, I have started this new career now.
You are amazing. And I just want to kind of, so how did, this is going to go out all over the world. We're going to have a place on the internet forever, this interview. It's like, how would somebody, if they wanted to get involved in something that you're doing, how would they get in contact with you?
I didn't get you.
How do they get in touch with you? Have you got a website, social media? How do they get in contact?
Actually, yeah, still I have, it was a very new academy, and I can say this is the first ever cricket academy in India for visually impaired. So still I got registration, everything, but still my friends are working towards to develop the website and all. So the work is getting processed.
Okay, for everybody out there, I hope you don't mind me doing this, Shaker, but anybody out there, please get involved. Please, this is such an amazing, amazing thing that you're doing. And we need, just like your village done to you, we need to go out to the masses and say, hey, listen, this guy, get behind him. Do whatever we can to just try to push you and your team on forward. You're doing absolutely amazing things, and the world is a better place with people like you in it. You are incredible. Is there a message that you want to say to people that are blind and they haven't ever done something like this before? What would your advice be to them?
Yes, I always tell that, you should not think that disability is your weakness. Use it as your strength. So definitely for everyone there is a day. There is a day. So definitely they will become something. And don't think that I can't do anything. I'm waste fellow like that. So there is a day. You have to wait until it comes. You don't get your don't lose your hopes. Get the more strength.
You are an incredible, incredible man. And I can't believe how wonderful you are, really. And please, everybody, get behind him. I just want to say another thank you, because there's a Pratap and India, Pro India. I just want to say, without them today, this wouldn't have happened, and my life wouldn't have been in a better position to have met you and to have interviewed you today. So I really do thank everybody at Pro India, because they've made this happen. This is the first one of many that we're going to be doing with different inspirational people. And I'm just thinking now, your story is up there with the best stories I've ever heard. And I am humbled. And I want to try and help you in any way you can. If you ever need us to help in any way, to get a message out there, please. And I hear you're a brand ambassador for Pro India, right?
Yes, I'm a ambassador for India.
Yeah, good on you. Honestly, I am so thankful and I'm humbled by you coming on the show today. You've got an amazing story, and I hope this is not the end for us, because I want to try and help push you as much as possible. Anywhere I can push you, I'm gonna try. And any of our listeners, please. This guy's just amazing. His story, just listen to it. If you think some days that you've got a hard time and it's a tough time, okay, just put yourself in somebody else's shoes. That's what I always say, because it's never as bad as you think it is, what situation you're in. And just listen to just listen to Shaker's story, because that story, Shaker, it will inspire. Even at 53, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try and do much, much more. I'm not going to look at negatives in the same way. And I hope that's what you shared with our listeners today. Again, I can't thank you enough for coming on. And did you enjoy the show? Did you enjoy talking about your experiences?
Yes, it was a really very good experience for me, and the leading life is almost difficulties, but still we need to enjoy the life, and there are a lot of learnings in the life. So definitely, it was a very good experience. So thank you very much.
And I'm going to tell you one more thing. Your mother is looking down on you, and you make her proud every single day. So keep up that hard work, keep up helping others, and keep doing that special stuff that you're doing, because you've definitely got so much of it. Just keep on giving it to others. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thanks to everybody that's listening to the show. I'm getting messages. I'm sorry I didn't answer some of your questions. I just got enthralled in what you spoke with us about today. You are amazing. I'm so thankful you came on the show and shared it with us today. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you, Shekhar.
Thank you.